Welcome to the Chronically Offline show, and I'm here today with my co-hosts Opal and Mason. And today we're
Hello,
going to
hello.
talk about. I was on a streak then. Do you know what I mean? Now you're gonna have to cut that
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh, god damn. What are we talking about
Beep.
today then?
And today we're going to be talking about AI and its advantages and disadvantages. What do you think to AI? Put it in the comment section below. Do you think it's a positive thing or a negative thing in our lifetime?
Womp womp.
Opal, you know, obviously you do artwork on the side. So what's like your opinion on the whole people claiming to be like AI artists and things?
Oh, don't get me started. You're not an artist. You didn't draw anything or make anything, so you're not an artist. You are just a person with a computer or a phone, and you've just written something into it. Um, it's so dumb.
If my 3-year-old can do this
So
and put
dumb.
spots on the horse, then you can draw, mate. Come on now. I'll actually,
Literally.
yeah, man.
I've seen people online being like, "Oh, and you guys call AI slop," and it's just like a piece of artwork where it's, objectively not the best. Um,
Hmm.
but the thing is that the artwork makes you feel something, and you can tell how
Hmm.
the person felt when they were doing it, and the type of medium that they used. It means something to them, and like the whole point of art is that it's got meaning, or it's something that you've created and spent time in doing, something you've enjoyed.
Hmm.
But then there's AI slop, and it's just like, oh, this means nothing, and what's the point of art if it doesn't mean anything? It's stupid.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it's obviously it's stealing jobs from artists, but like,
Hmm.
draw something yourself, learn a new skill, do something.
Hmm.
For all we know, we might be going into another pandemic, so you might as well pick up a new skill, innit?
Real. Too real with that.
We've got three
What was I gonna
cases
say?
in the UK. No.
Don't. Is it one Manchester as well?
I don't leave my house, so I'm safe.
Well, I think it's. Is it three confirmed or three suspected? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think
Don't know.
confirmed, but um, I used to think that AI artists, well, AI art, um, was acceptable because, like before I thought about it a bit deeper, I thought like, oh, it gives people more access to being able to create things from their own imagination. Um, but then I thought about it a bit more, and I was like, that's kind of like ableist because people without arms can still put a paintbrush in their mouth and
Hmm.
or their between their toes and like paint and stuff. It doesn't stop people from, well, even now where we've got the the Neuralink, people are now able to use computers with their brains, and yeah, they can use Photoshop. They can use whatever they want.
Hmm.
So I think before my views on AI art was ableist without me realizing.
Yeah, no, I get that. I hate people who say, because I've heard people say to me as well, like, oh, it's just ableist because what about disabled people? I'm
Hmm.
disabled. Do you know how much it
Hmm.
hurts to hold a pen? But I still do it, and I do it in tiny. It takes me ages to draw things because I need to take breaks all the time, and I've swapped from traditional art to digital art because it's easier on my wrist. It's less pressure. But
Hmm.
that's the whole thing about being disabled, is that you make things accessible for you in whatever way possible. Like Mason said, if you don't have hands or arms to hold a pen, you find another way.
Yeah.
If you want it, you'll do it, basically. And there's so many different types of art people don't realize. Like, um, I for a little while, like when I had a bit of an art block, I wasn't doing very well mentally. So what I did was I began collaging things, and then I'd like cut out like this hair, and then these eyes, and this, that, and the other, and then I would like draw over it. So in a way, is it cheating? Some artists might say that is, but that was me making it accessible in a way, and it was exploring a different art form from what I'm used to. and that's what art is. It's about trying different
Yeah.
things.
That's it. There's many obviously different medias you could use. People just assume it's like pencil to paper. There's so many different
Yeah.
things you can use that is considered as art. Music is art. Dancing is art. Poetry is art. Books can be art. It's subjective in my opinion.
Yeah, and some people might consider Izzy's bowl cut art, but you know, we all have our opinions.
Oh
I'm
no!
leaving now.
No!
Yesterday, because I was growing, I had like these little horns, and I was like, "Oh, Reese, look, I have horns." And he was like, "No, you look like that dude from Street Fighter. You know the bald dude who has the fucking spike hair that goes up like that. I'll insert a picture." And he was like, "No, you look like that." And I'm like, "I'm at."
Yeah.
And I fucking hate it. I hate it, but I'm not shaving it off again. I'm not. I will just grow it out.
Oh my god, you look like Dark Kermit.
Oh yeah.
Need to make this into a meme now. Anyway, should we dial it back to AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Why am I catching fucking flames?" Jesus.
I had to. You call me some bold all the time. I had to spread it out a bit.
Very true.
You know how it is. Anyway, more on what I was going to say, Carl's talking about art and not using AI. On the other hand, I do think it does have its uses. Like, I'll be honest, when AI was new, as in like it was more polished, but everyone was getting excited because it could actually do things now and not look like gobbledygook. I did try it out. I did use it, and I'd do it to my own artwork, which I don't do anymore. But I'd be like, you know, oh, could you like straighten up the lines, like change the color, hair, like, you know, if something off with the face, could you generate some different faces? Like I do think if it wasn't so like stealing art and wasting water, I do think it does have some uses in, you know, helping with ideas. But for doing the actual art itself and being the finalized piece, I don't like that bit. If that makes sense. Especially if you are a company and you're using an AI logo or like advertising as AI, I immediately look at that and I go, I don't want to support you.
Yeah, especially big companies that use AI. It's like you've got all that money to
Yeah.
get an artist and you use AI.
Yeah.
Nah.
Even if you're a small company like us, how many subscribers do you have on Twitch?
Like 400 not, I think. I can't even remember now.
Something
I
like,
can't remember.
yeah. So even as small as we are, it's so easy to just go online, find a new artist who wants to do some online work, and you could commission them for a small amount because they're new. They want people, you know, to start out with at a lower amount. But there's also some out there who will do it just for practice or just for word exposure. Like some. I'm not saying go out there and take the mick out of artists. There are artists that want to do this and there's artists that don't. I personally, I like just trying different things. Like through this podcast, I've tried different art styles that I never would have tried. So I don't mind doing it for free. Because Izzy does offer to pay, I don't want to pay. It's fun for me. It's just something to do. But yeah, there's some artists out there. Yeah, there's some artists out there who will gladly do it for exposure or just for a learning curve, or even like if they're just a friend of yours. Like if you can't afford to pay for art, that's still not a barrier.
There is options. There's definitely, you've got to do a little bit of work, haven't you, to look into it. But there is definitely options out there. Fiverr is a decent app where you can find artists as well, because I've used that before in the past. That's legit. There's people all over TikTok, artists that showcase their work, and they'll be open to commissions, and they'll be pretty reasonably priced, a lot of them. Obviously, newer artists, they're going to be a lot cheaper, just bear that in mind. Artists that are way more popular are going to charge more because they're more high demand, and that's just like any service that you're going to pay for, isn't it? And it's the same when it comes to other forms of media as well. You know, you can get people to help you write music and stuff, and you know, it's not impossible. You've just got to find an outlet that works for you, depending on um, if you have a disability or not, or you know, if you've got like mental block. There's just different ways to go about it. Like I know people, to be fair, from doing this show, I've met people that are like qualified in like graphic design and stuff that have done stuff for me, for other people, you know, little here their favors, and you know, be like, oh well, since because we've got like this show, I'll sometimes say, hey, you do this for me, and I'll give you some exposure on this end, and it's just courtesy, innit? It's just nice. It takes 2 minutes, and I don't. I mean, I could do a whole fucking video on that person that tried to sue me for AIR. AIR.
Oh God,
That
yeah.
is a whole. Oof.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of different options, and people need to. I'm sorry, to stop being lazy. And I'm saying this, I'm a lazy
Yeah.
person, okay? And
Yeah.
sometimes I can't be bothered to draw, okay? And do you know what I do? I just wait until the inspiration strikes,
Yeah.
and then I do it. I don't go, oh, I can't bother, so I'm just gonna AI it, because that
Yeah.
it's just not worth it. And also, it's the implication of how many people is that AI stealing from people that
Yeah.
don't want their art stealing from.
Yeah, well, it's all
It feels icky.
stolen, really. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that people will use these apps and it'll feel like it's free because they're not paying anything. They're just asking it to create an image, but it's all data collection. So
Yeah.
they're getting money out of it at the end of the day, like they're selling the data.
Costs your soul. It's not
Yeah,
free.
so it's not free.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how they sneakily do that. Um, I also wanted to mention like that um, when it comes to a topic that's slightly different to art, like news articles and like just writing and stuff, blog posts that have paywalls, um, AI can bypass those. It doesn't have to pay anything. It can read the web page. If you went there and visually looked at it, it would stop you from being able to see it. But ChatGPT and all these AI um, programs or whatever can just bypass the paywall, which is
Yeah.
not good for the actual news like people.
It's also it's scary that people read their news from AI. Like I've seen, you know, with this whole local elections that just happened, and everyone online saying, "Oh, reforms won everywhere," and then other people are like, "No, Green won here." Like I don't even know what my area won in because one thing says reform, one says Green, and I don't know who to believe. But when people go, "Where's your proof?" they post a screenshot of AI telling them, and it's like that means nothing. That is not proof. They could
AI
have
is
got
not a
that from
source.
anywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
I work in technology, and we work with a very specific phone like VoIP product. Where if I said to you, we work with Horizon, you have no fucking idea what that is, right? I have
I mean, I
colleagues
do.
who go to AI and then they'll go, "Oh, AI said this." It's like AI doesn't know our very very specific product that like
Mm-hmm.
it's not what's the word? It's not available to the web. Like most people have not heard unless you worked with IT specifically. You don't know what that is. So like,
Mm.
why are you AIing the answer? It doesn't know.
Tell you what I find quite dystopian with AI, and I see it a lot. So
Mm.
obviously, I'm on like loads of, especially Facebook, because that's an absolute like minefield.
Oh God.
Is BPD pages, right? They're like BPD support or like BPD memes, right? And I'm looking on them, and I'll have a scroll on them. I never really post on them. I've got no need to, but and it will say people. I was in like a comment section with someone the other day. They were like, I use AI as my therapist, and I was like, you know the meme
There's a
from
few of them.
JJK where he's like, and he's like, I was like that. I was like, I'm like, brother, AI is literally built to agree with you, mate. It's going to make you use it more by being more agreeable with you. That is not a therapist. They're not licensed, and obviously, you're fucking up the planet with it. And I mean, he wasn't having anything. He was like, if you don't like it, you can scroll. I was like, can, but I also have free will to comment, so I'll comment.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's dystopian to me, that people have turned to
Yeah,
that.
that's. I mean, I get not being able to afford therapy, and there is the NHS options, but the wait lists are absolutely horrendous. Um, but the next best thing, and this is the bit where it gets sad, is I use my friends as therapy in a way. Like, obviously, I don't view them
Mhm.
as my therapist, but like, to me, having a good support system and having friends that I can turn to when I'm like, I don't know if you've ever done this, but I used to have a therapist on speed dial, and I'd call her in the middle of the night and be like, I'm freaking out because I had no friends. But now I do, so now I'll do that to my friends instead,
Mm.
for that like quick relief. So it's
Mm.
really sad when people don't have that support system. So who do they turn to? They turn to AI. But it just makes me wonder, like, can they not swap that for support groups like the
Or a
Living on
book.
Borderline? That, yeah, or a book, literally anything. You can like go to a library. You can even talk to people about the book that you're reading. Sometimes what I do when I'm really depressed and need someone to talk to, I'll go to the shop. I've got social anxiety, by the way, so this is like
Mhm.
it's difficult. I know it's difficult, but I'll
Mm.
try and like go to the shopkeeper and be like, how's your day? Or like if I see someone they've got like really cool earrings, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go and tell them that they got cool earrings. I'm like, you got cool earrings, and then like it freaks me out, but
Mm.
it can change your day because they'll be like, oh my god, thanks, I like your hair, and then you'll be like, oh my god, thank you, and like you feel so much better.
Mhm.
You've made someone else's day. You've pushed past that fear of social anxiety, and you've had some human interaction, and it's
Mhm.
that simple. Sometimes I'll go on a little walk just to pet people's dogs. Like there's other alternatives, and it's so sad to imagine that people are sat at home not going anywhere and turning to
You
AI because they've got no friends. I'm
you
sorry,
need
but
to
friends
put
aren't going to
stress.
appear to you. You need to find them, and you need
Mm.
to interact with humans. Otherwise,
Real,
you're just going to get
real.
more and more depressed, and AI is not going to help you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I watched a video yesterday of this guy that was speaking to an AI like voice chat, and it was like
Yeah.
it didn't have any like uh what's it called, like boundaries or anything. So it was swearing and stuff. Like it was very very close to a normal conversation. Um, and he was asking it to like look inwards on itself. And it was just like not understanding him. It was like, no, like I want you to look, like I want you to focus on your focus. And it started just going, I, I am, and it started freaking out. And it got to the end of the conversation. He was just like, that was freaky. And that's another reason why you
Ew.
should find human people to talk to, because if you speak to an AI and you ask it to have some sort of deep conversation with
Thought.
you, it
Yeah.
starts to break down and
It
just
can.
Me
like
too.
it can't do it.
It also does this fun thing where like I'm gonna use my partner also works in IT but a different company, and he'll use it for like code and things like that, and
Mm.
he'll say like AI like how do you do this like bit of code, and AI very confidently goes, this is how you do it. He'll do it, it doesn't work, and then
Mm.
he'll like talk to colleagues or like research, do his own thing, and come back to AI and go, I found what fixed it, it's this, and AI goes, you're correct. And it's
Yeah.
like, why did you give me the wrong answer? Because it agrees with whatever you say. And
Mm,
Yeah.
I've seen some sad cases online, like I said, people using it as a therapist, where
Mm.
AI will feed their delusions, which is very
Yeah.
dangerous. for some
Well-
people who are very mentally ill. It's very dangerous and it's scary.
We had that guest on, Anthony.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anthony that we had on that they had like AI psychosis as well. They've talked about that a lot. They've been on like TV and stuff. I do believe now they've got like documentaries out and stuff. If people want to learn more about that, I do recommend going watching him on his channel and stuff about that. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh.
I've
Very well.
I've got a clip to show if
Okay.
everyone's wanting to.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a video of how AI is working in robots to clean someone's
To me,
bedroom.
when I take my metrosopine.
It's very slow. However, like they work together so well. So I just wanted to get you to watch this and see what you think it could be used for in the future, because I think it's a very good disability aid myself. I would love one to help me sort some stuff out.
Could be, but also there's services for this. This is someone
Real.
How many documentaries have we heard of people in care homes being mistreated?
I mean, yeah, but the thing with these robots as well, I've seen some stuff about when robots like get stuck or they can't do a certain thing, a human takes over the robot. So it's kind of scary
Yeah, well,
to
this
know that
is
there's actually a person watching you and could step in at any time.
yeah. This one is purely AI running the robot.
Hey, Reese, look, that's how you make a bed.
Yeah, literally. got to look at this. They work so well together that they give each other a little nod to say that they're ready.
Feels like an IKEA advert.
It's
And it
still
makes you
creepy.
it literally makes you think that there's a human like controlling it, but there isn't, and that's just mad to me. Like they mess it up the first time with this little bit on the duvet, and then they do it again. And it's slow, but like just imagine being able to have like 4 or 5 kids, single parent, and you can still go and work because you've got this at home cleaning up your mess.
Yeah, but I wouldn't also
Hashtag
trust a
Nicole, come on our show.
Scary though.
I wouldn't trust a robot around my child. I'll be so real. I don't care if it's powered by the best AI going. You cannot beat like parental love, because I don't want to just be like, oh, motherly love, you know, when obviously there's good dads and that. You can't take the soul out of that how you feel as a mom. You will not be able to replicate that as a robot. Nah, mate, because hormones to start with. Your robots don't have hormones. And did you know this is a fact? This right? When you first give birth to a baby, right? When a baby cries, I know it might be TMI, but it is true. When a baby cries, your nipples can literally leak because it's like that. But your robots can't do that.
But why would you be getting the robot to look after your kids? Like it's like a Hoover. It's meant to be cleaning.
Well,
I
and
think
tidying.
because you said it's for like when single mothers go out to work. I think.
I mean, like
There's a bit of
anyone
confusion there.
really. Obviously, rich
Yeah.
people are going to buy them first because they're going to be expensive and it's going to be
Yeah.
like difficult to accept to have access to them. But once they're like factory ready, they should cost a lot less. And then I think it's going to get to a point where everyone's going to have one in their home. They've got robots that are now skating in China. They literally like go around skating and stuff. So it's like Ready Player One type things.
The thing is, though, is that they're gonna have to completely rework like how people earn money because
Yeah,
there's gonna be so many jobs that are just gonna go. And
yeah,
I know when I was struggling for money, I was a cleaner and a carer, so
yeah. So
Yeah.
my point on this
it's
is
taken away that
that
lifeline for people.
yeah, I believe that everyone should get a universal basic income.
Hmm.
Um, So that's why I'm all for people losing jobs, because everyone shouldn't have to work. Like, I think we should be going into arts, sciences, like um, all the fun things that we're
Yeah.
actually interested in progressing. Not like
Mm.
like I know people love taking the bins out, like they've done it for 40 years, that's their job, but you don't have to do that. Like, you shouldn't have to do
Yeah.
that. Um, so yeah, that's my kind of view on it.
I'd
If
be
we get a
terrified of
universal
like,
basic income, yeah.
yeah. I'd be terrified of waking up in the middle of the night and just a robot stood over you. Like,
Yeah.
there's gonna be some malfunctions, even when it's perfected. There's still gonna be something wrong somewhere, or
Mm.
people could hack into them, and now you've got a stranger in your home. Like, it's
Yeah, but
scary.
fridges, like, well, refrigerators and
I love
Hoovers,
refrigerators.
Refrigerators.
refrigerators and vacuums, I should say, um, they exploded when they first came out. Obviously, we don't want robots exploding in front of people, but
Yeah.
that's why they do all the tests in the
Mm.
factories first.
Well,
Um,
another point I was going to say about, sorry, just before I forget, when you said like it could be good for like care work, when someone's like elderly or disabled, that's another point of human contact that that person could be losing. And
Yeah.
I know, because I said I used to be a carer, I've done everything me, so um, I used to go see people who were on their own. They were the last of their family, and they had no one to speak to. All their friends had passed before them, and they were the only one left.
mm,
And they'd get excited when the carers came because it was their only point of human contact.
yeah,
It's terrifying to think that one day that's going to be taken away, and I can't
yeah,
imagine. Like, I go through depression. I can't imagine mm, like not having anyone to speak to. Like, I do it sometimes where me and my friends, when one of us is doing like really bad, we'll huddle together and help each other like clean part of a room, or
Mm.
get started and help out. um if you replace that with a robot, again, you're losing that bonding, that hangout time, that communication,
mm,
just having someone to speak to and be emotional with. Robots aren't going to do that for you. So again,
yeah.
that's another concerning
Well,
part of it.
I can be a bit more
Is
specific in what I'm saying. I don't think there shouldn't be humans there.
mm,
Like, I think the main contact point should be a human. But I mean, like, if every care home had um, these, they're not really robots, like, but yeah, whatever they want to call them. Um,
yeah.
they can be doing all of the tasks, like taking away biohazard stuff, or um, just like
Like
general
the
cleanup, like
mundane
yeah,
stuff.
all of the
Yeah.
things, like even bringing medication from one place to another in a safe box or something, like all kinds of stuff like that. But I think the main contact point should be a human, um, because yeah, you don't want to lose that. And obviously, people enjoy caring for others, so that shouldn't be a job that gets taken away. But I believe that it should be a volunteer basic basis. Like, there's
Mm.
millions of people that would volunteer to care for someone if they didn't have to worry about money. Um,
Mm.
Yeah.
and then that would show that the person that's doing the job actually cares. Um, so I think there's a bunch of different aspects to it. Obviously, you don't want to just remove everyone and just put in a load of robots. It's going to turn into Wally.
Yeah.
I
No.
think it could be useful when it comes to like the robot side of it. Excuse me. It could be useful for like natural disasters, such as like
Yeah.
we saw robots used in like Chernobyl, right? Obviously, they used them on the roof to remove graphite and stuff, but because it was the 80s and stuff, the robots weren't built to withstand the kind of radiation that they took, and hence why
Mm.
they broke a lot. But obviously, with new technologies and stuff, we might be able to produce something that can withstand that kind of radiation if another natural disaster, well, that weren't natural, but
Yeah.
it is man-made or natural disaster happened, because obviously it happened again in like, was it Fukushima? They
Mm.
had that power plant. accident as well because of the tsunami, which could start. Don't get me wrong, with stuff like that, that could really save a lot of people's lives. You know, I think with like care jobs, I think we should let people still do it. But I mean, I've always said this. I've done care work as well myself. You should get paid more. They're paid the
Oh,
bottom
yeah.
of the barrel. It's disgusting. I think you'd see less people getting abused if you paid them more because they'd want to actually give a fuck. It's the truth of it. People don't like to hear it, but minimum wage, minimum effort, right? So,
Yeah.
people don't want to deal with that. So I can understand why people are like, oh, these really. I mean, I wouldn't say it were a crappy job, but there might be other people that would be like, oh, well, that crappy job, yeah, give that robot, like, give it that job. But I don't know. I think there's going to be a very fine line of its uses, and it's what scares me. One of the most things that scares me when it comes to like AI is these like sex robots they're making of women, and they're always just women. They're always just
Yeah.
women, and that
Wait until I get
me,
involved. I'll be making some hunky meh.
Some himbos.
yes. So thing is, and it's like I say, it's always women, which that should tell you enough that they just don't actually give a fuck and they just view us as objects. I'm sorry, but if it's gotten to a point where you need to make a carbon copy of a woman because you cannot actually fucking interact with a woman, you give incel vibes. I cannot stand. Oh, nah, mate, you're dirty. And you know what? And the thing is that they say, well, yeah, and the things that the robot will do as it's told, and it will do every command you tell it to. Check your hard drives, mate. That is not like we shouldn't be encouraging that though. Like, why are we building
No,
fucking
that's
robots to
fair.
encourage that
Yeah.
shit? Mason, play Cyberpunk, and you'll see that is on Cyberpunk. Robot like sex workers are on Cyberpunk, mate. Play it.
I'm gonna have to buy it because I tried pirating it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't
It's so good.
I couldn't run it. Like I opened the game and it was like choppy.
Linux is shit.
How long ago was it that you tried that? Was it when
Literally
it first came out?
a couple weeks ago.
Oh right,
No,
okay,
it's-
fair.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna say when it first came out, it was shit.
It was, yeah, it was shit.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah,
It's
I have
alright.
it on low
Okay.
medium and it is just like not liking it.
Another concerning one is the deep fake porn people are making from real faces and putting them onto other bodies. That's a crime. For anyone that doesn't know, that is a fucking crime, and it's really weird, and it's growing. It's a thing that's growing at the minute. So I think like look, AI probably is here to stay, and I don't think there's anything we can do about that, unfortunately.
Mm.
Can we at least make it as safe as fucking possible? Because why are we having people that are able to make deep fake porn with AI? And the AI robot is just like, yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's commit crimes.
Politics is always a decade or two behind, because we got the Equality Act in 2010. That's not
Madness.
okay, is it?
That's madness.
And now they want to get rid of it. Yay!
Yeah.
So like, yeah, there's a bunch of things that AI is doing that's really really good. Like I watch Ocean Cleanup. This late 20s guy in his late 20s, can't remember his name. He was sat in uni or college or whatever, and he was I think he was 16 at the time. And he thought there's got to be something we can do about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, about cleaning all the plastic out of the oceans. So he started Ocean Cleanup, and he got like millions of donations. And what they're doing is they're using drones to fly over the water, and we can't see the you look at the water, you don't see the rubbish because the plastic is so small, that you need like AI to like be recognizing it in the water. So they fly over and they basically are looking at where the most plastic is, and then that's where they send their skimmers, their little boats that they skim the the top like couple meters of water, and the fish can go underneath, so they don't get caught, and it's really, really well done. And they take thousands of tons out every year. Um, so the AI in that way is so good because they're basically 80% of the plastic in the ocean is from fishing. Um, so they're looking for like little bits of plastic from eel traps, like nets, like all kinds of fishing stuff. Um, Stop fishing, guys.
Yeah.
But then
No,
there's
I
also,
do
sorry,
agree.
No.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Sorry, go. Go.
No,
I
no,
was just
Oh,
gonna say that I do agree. It does have its uses. You
yeah.
go ahead. Sorry, I didn't know you were also talking. Go.
I would just say there's not me going for sushi tomorrow. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love sushi, bro.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah. But
Anyway.
yeah, it does have its uses. One of the biggest things for me, like my biggest thing is stealing and becoming lazy. But I think the other big thing for me is that it uses so much water. And it's so annoying because whenever I tried researching this, there's different numbers everywhere. And there's
Mm,
people saying like, no, it doesn't, and others saying, yes, it does, it's killing our planet. Like I don't know what's
mm.
true anymore, so I don't really know. But from what I've heard, it's apparently ruining our earth and drinking all our water.
So
So if
I've got
it
a lot
could
to
not
say
do
on
that, that'd be great. Yeah, go ahead.
that.
Go on, Mason.
Go.
Basically, the water that it's using is, yeah, fresh water, because they can't use salt water. It would destroy the systems. But yeah, they use fresh water. Um, but the reason why people in the surrounding areas are struggling with their water is because the government is not is not making it like water public. Like especially in the States, if they stop the privatization of water and they funded it a bit better, they would have no issue in in like water production. But it is correct that AI uses water, but it, like it's like so much less than even animal agriculture by itself. Like people just eating meat, completely like it uses so much more water. But also once the water evaporates, it comes back down again, and then they can use it again. It just costs a bit more money. That's my opinion, and the governments need to just pay for that.
Yeah, it always confused me that everyone's like it's taking all the water because the water cycle,
Yeah,
everything comes back out again. I don't get that.
it takes
That's
time.
why I didn't get a lot of the arguments. Yeah. But no, if what you're saying is true, which I can only believe is,
Mm.
yeah, I think if it was reinvested better and worked better and the government paid for it, then yeah, I'd be a lot more pro AI.
Yeah, if it subsidised stuff, the government subsidised things and prioritised communities surrounding these factories and places where they have, the AI systems and stuff, then you know what? Yeah, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Look after your people first, and then your computers and robots.
Mm.
That's it. But
Yes, and
the
get
thing
the
is, as
price
well,
of RAM
AI, it's
down.
just like, yeah, literally, can I buy a new PC, please? Because it's not happening anytime soon. Do you know what I mean? Oh, and have you heard about Fortnite? I think I saw on TikTok just I think it was today or yesterday that I saw a thing on TikTok about Fortnite is letting go some of its staff
Mm.
to replace it with AI or something. I don't know if that's true, so please, people that are watching,
It's the
go and search
downfall
it up.
downfall of any company is like swapping people out for AI. It's not ready yet. It's not at that point. Like you need, they obviously are gonna have the people using AI. It's not gonna just be let loose.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
if you're actively letting people go for AI, that's bad. I do think it could be used in a way where when people leave the job, just don't backfill. if that makes sense, and then use AI there if you want to. But I think just actively being like, yeah, you're out of a job, goodbye. That is
Mm.
just
That's fucked.
so morally
Fucked.
corrupt. I'd never want to work for a company that does that. No.
Yeah.
My
Don't worry, I'm not replacing any of you for AI.
Thank you. I was so worried.
my hope for the future is that governments around the world decide to do the universal basic income, and then we can all choose whether or not we want to work. And a lot of people, you'll find that when given the time, they will do like the best things that they can do, because they're interested in doing that. Like we could get athletes that are like way better because they weren't forced into doing a day job all day. Like we could, there's so many people that are out there that have abilities that they can't use because of money. And like,
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
agree with that.
someone that can cure some cancer or something is sitting there struggling because they couldn't afford uni. Like, it's ridiculous.
No, definitely. And even like you might not need care homes as much because people would have time and resources to be able to look after their family or childcare services, those sort of things.
We
I think
are
it would change the world entirely.
Yeah, we are going towards the sci-fi shows and movies where they're like, oh, AI is gonna like just be doing everything. Everyone's gonna like, get lazy and it's all gonna be dirty and like pollution and everywhere and everything. But if we fight for socialist like ideas, then those realities, those dystopias won't happen because we will have a place for it to be. This is a socialist show, guys.
Yeah,
Get
no,
out.
I agree.
No, I'm joking.
What was I gonna say?
Hey, look, some people are
Cut that bit.
communists. Some people are social. I know you do. I know you do.
I was gonna say another thing. Like, I think AI could be useful. Again, thinking about accessibility. Like, I believe that like I've got an accessibility tool on my phone where when you're speaking, it gives me subtitles. I believe that uses
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
So I think that's very useful. There's also a speech assistant, so it's like text to speech, because I've selected mutism sometimes. So when I can't speak, it speaks out loud for me. So again, that's AI, very useful. There's also something else, like with work, where when we take a phone call, it rather than just giving you like the full thing, it summarizes what the phone call was about. It gets key information and then gives you a brief summary. I found that really useful. So it definitely does have its uses. I just think it needs to be implemented better. Obviously, as eco-friendly as possible, not kick people out of jobs where possible.
Unless they have a safety
and
net.
Yeah,
well,
like
that
put
too.
them in
And
another
universal
job.
basic income.
Like,
Yeah, definitely. I do think one thing that the world needs to get better with, like right now, is saying when things are AI, and you should be able to report things when they're AI, but it doesn't say it, because the amount of shit I've seen where people think it's real, they've not marked it as AI, and I try to report it. There's not an option, at least on TikTok. There's not an option to say I believe this is AI, or when I say that it's fraudulent or anything like that, TikTok goes nah. So there's nothing stopping people from believing things are real. Like
I always put AI. I always put like the gift. AI slop bores me.
Yeah.
Do you know
But
what's...
I've seen so many things where
Okay,
everyone's
sorry.
just like, "Wow, this is amazing." It's like,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not real. It's scary.
Yeah, do you know what's so unfortunate?
Well,
That picture of Epstein and Nigel Farage is fake. It's
Mm-hmm.
so sad that that's fake. I wish it was
oh
real.
dear.
Just get it put in
Jesus.
prison so quicker.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it is just a scary world that we live in sometimes. I think, yeah, it needs to be a lot more apparent when AI is used. We need
Yeah.
to stop. Like, I get some people are going to be like, I don't care, I'm going to use AI. Whatever, do that. But don't say that you drew it yourself if you didn't. Don't pretend, oh, this really happened when it didn't. Like, don't do that.
Don't
it
say you
should
wrote
be
a book
illegal.
if you've had a AI ghostwriter for your book.
Yeah,
Literally.
I think I don't know. It should be like fined or something. It might be good for the economy. Just find everyone who lies about using AI.
Hmm. Thank you for watching the Chronically Offline show. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to see more. Thank you very much and have a lovely day.
Bye.